wonderful journey, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra wonderfully in the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Ravi Pipilia Prabhu, Rajeshwari Priya Mataji, Govind Gita Mataji, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Kasturi Madhuri Mataji, Sistastika Devi Dasi, Parmeshwari Devi Dasi, Adi Gopal Prabhu, Amol and Smita Pandey, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Girivardhari Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Satchinandan Krishna Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, Prathamesh Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Samant and Swastika Pancha, Leela Manjari Mataji, Raghabhakti Devi Dasi, Shravanangi Shyam Devi Dasi, Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu, Sugandharaj Prabhu, Aradhana Devi Dasi, Janki Kant Prabhu, Lavanga Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Sikha and Pankaj Gupta, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Pran Devi Dasi, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Devians and Saloni. Saloni joined today before 5 o'clock. Haribol. Vraja Vinod Prabhu, I don't know, they didn't join today. Oh, right. Rukmani Priya Devi Dasi, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Namanand Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Raghunath Priya Prabhu, Ganga Devi Dasi, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Swedhi Prabhu, Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Devi Dasi, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Amal Nam Prabhu, Varsana Rani Mataji, Govinda Mohini Devi Dasi, Krita Lakshan Prabhu, Matangi Gopi Devi Dasi, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Kamal Priya Mataji, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devi Dasi, Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsana and Manjari, Sundari Leela Mataji, Sarmishta Sahi Mataji, Mamta Mataji, Balram Prabhu, Kamlesh Tingra Mataji, Karunya Murti Devi Dasi, Radha Vallabh Prabhu, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Devi Dasi, Rashakida Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Pitambar Priya Prabhu also joined very early today. Haribo. Rajesh and Sweta, Chintamani Devi Dasi, Amit Prabhu and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Suchitra Devi Dasi, C. Kumar Prabhu. I didn't see Purvi Parmar Mataji today. Rasmi Mataji, Srikantaji, Srikant Survase Prabhu, Nisan Sharma Prabhu, Nitya Navali Devi Dasi, Rajiv Gupta, Brajbhumi Devi Dasi, Priya Kishori Devi Dasi, Neeraj Srivastava Prabhu, Naveen Prabhu, Priya Kishori Devi Dasi, Prafulla Nanda Madhav Prabhu, and Gayatri also joined today. Welcome, Gayatri. Haribol. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Jaiva Dharma. And if I have missed somebody's name, please forgive me.
Jayati Tidhikam Janmana Vraja Shrayata Indira Shashwata Trahi Daita Deshata Dikshata Vaka Svaikrita Saha Tvam Vichimbati सुरतनाथ ते शुल्क दासिका वरदनि न तो नेह के द्रौपदीं वध। विषजलाप्ययाद् व्यालराक्षसात् वर्षमारुतात् वैद्युतानलात् वृषमयात्मजात् विश्वताभयात् ऋषभते वयं रक्षितामुः। साथितो विश्वगुप्तये सखौ देहिवान् सात्वतां कुले। विरचिता भयं वृष्णे धुर्यते चरणमीयुषां संस्कृतेर्भयात् परसरोरुहं कान्तकामदं शिरसि धेहिनं श्रीकरग्रहम्। भज सखे भवतीं करीस्मनो जलरुहाननं चारुदर्शय। सीधुना प्याययस्वना। तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना। प्रहसितं प्रिय प्रेमवीक्षणं विहरणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलं नाथ ते पदम् शिरतृणाकुरै सीदति तिला कलिलतामला कान्त गच्छति धनरजस्वरा दर्शयन् मुहुर् मनसि न स्मरं वीरयच्छसि धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजं शन्तमाचते रमणनस्तने स्वल्पयातिहन् सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बितम् इतररागवे स्मारणं नृणां वितरवीरन तेधरामृतम् त्वामपश्यतां कुटिलकुन्तलं श्रीमुखं च ते जडौ दीक्षतां कक्ष्मकृदृशाम् पतिसुतान्वय भ्रातृबान्धवा अतिविलङ्घ्यते त्यच्युतागता गतिविदस्तवो गीतमोहिता हितवयोषिता कस्त्यजिन्निषि संविदं भिक्षयोदयं प्रहसिताननं प्रेमवीक्षणं बृहतुरश्रया वीक्षधावते मुह्यते स्पृहा मुह्यते मना त्वत्स्पृहात्मना स्वजनहृद्विजां यज्ञशोदनम् यत्ते सुजातचरणाभुरुहं स्तनेषु भीताशनै प्रियदधीमहि कर्कशेषु तेनाटवी मटसि तद्व्यथते न किन्स्वे पूर्वादिभिर्भ्रमति धीर्भवदायुषान्न।
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song It reminds of everything about the Brajadham and Krishna. So wonderful. So we will continue reading the Jaiva Dharma until 7:15 a.m. And then we can have the question answered and reflection. Also, we would like to welcome Atulya Mataji and also Kanta Devi. I forgot to see their name. So I will read one paragraph that we read yesterday to bring up to the speed, and then we will continue. O Lotus Eye One, those who think they are liberated in this life but are without bhakti to you are of impure intelligence. Although they accept austere severities and penances and rise to the spiritual position to impersonal Brahman realization, they fall down again because they neglect to worship your lotus feet. The fourth kind of Vivek Yukta is the Bhakta, Lord's devotees, who may be divided into two groups. Firstly, those inclined to Aishwarya, Krishna's opulence. Their mood is lust with awe and reverence toward the Lord. And secondly, those inclined to a madhur, a spontaneous, loving relationship with Krishna. For everyone in all respect, association with Bhakta is certainly most edifying, and especially the association of the Madhur Patpara, the Bhakta inclined to Madhur. If one takes shelter of such a Bhakta, transcendental ras will appear within one's heart. So that's where we left yesterday. So we will continue. Yadavadas, earlier you said that Krishna's bhaktas are found in two situations within this world. Can you speak about the bhaktas in detail so that a dull person like me can properly understand? So Anantadas Babaji, bhaktas are found in two situations: the grahastha bhaktas, the householder devotees, and the gruhatyagi bhaktas, the devotees who have renounced householder life. Yadavadas, kindly describe in detail manner the relationship of the grahastha bhakta to samsara. Anantadas Babaji, a person who just builds a house and lives in it and not necessarily a grahastha. To be a grahastha, one must accept a suitable wife by marriage and establish a household. So both items according to the Vedic rules and regulations. A person practicing bhakti situated in such a manner is grahastha bhakta. The conditioned soul exploits this material nature through the five doors of the knowledge-gathering senses. With his eyes, he sees form and color, and with his ears, he hears sounds. He smells with the nose, tastes with his tongue, and feels and touches with his skin. With these five senses, he probes this world and develops attachment to it. The more he is attracted to matter, the further he moves away from the sweet Lord of the heart, Sri Krishna. This is known as the enchanting external phantasmagorious of the samsara. Those who are thusly submerged in samsara are called Visayi. However, when the Lord's devotee is situated in household life, He does not abandon himself to sensual craving like the Visai. He takes his wife as a Dharma Patni, a partner in realizing Nitya Dharma, and as a maidservant of Krishna. His sons and daughters are also seen as the servitors of Krishna. His eyes seek fulfillment in seeing the Lord's deity form and other paraphernalia connected to Krishna. His ears yearn to be satisfied by hearing Krishna conscious topics about the Lord and his devotees. He exults in smelling the fragrance of tulsi leaves and buds, scents and flowers offered to Krishna. His tongue relishes uttering Harinam and tasting the delicious food offered to Krishna. He experiences divine ecstasy by touching the feet of the Vaishnavas. His ambitions and hopes, activities, desire, hospitality, and worship of the Devas are all carried out as a part of his main pursuit, rendering devotional service to Krishna. His entire life is a joyous festival, consisting, consisting of compassion toward all living entities, chanting Harinam, and serving the Vaishnavas. To enjoy material pleasure without attachment is only possible in the household life of the Lord's devotees. For the jivas in Kali Yuga, it is most suitable to become Grihastha Bhakta, for then there is no fear of falling down, and full spiritual advancement is definitely achievable. Many highly intelligent and self-realized gurus have been amongst the Grihastha Vaishnavas. If their hereditary descendants also become pure Vaishnavas, then they are also Grihastha Bhaktas, whose association is most beneficial to humanity. Yadavadas. Grihastha Vaishnavas have to maintain under the regulations of the Karmakandi Brahmanas, known as Smartas. Otherwise, they face problem in society. How can they cultivate Shuddha Bhakti under these circumstances? Anantadas Babaji. Grihastha Vaishnavas have to conform to certain social conventions such as Vivah, Vedic marriage of sons and daughters, Shraddha, offering oblations to departed parents, and so on. However, they are not required to perform Kamya Karma, fruitive activities, for the purpose of materialistic ambitions. As one can understand, one has to admit dependence upon external things in order to maintain and care for the material body. Even those who claim to be nirpeks, detached, have to accept this dependence. When a person is sick or suffer great pain, he must take medicine. Furthermore, he must procure food and eat when hungry, arrange for clothing against the chill, build a roof against the sun and the rain, and so on. Such necessities are normal for the embodied soul, and he is dependent upon them. The real meaning of being detached is to reduce this dependence. However, as long as the material body is present, it is impossible to be totally independent of material needs. Still, at the same time, the reductions of material necessity is certainly conducive to devotional surrender and progress. If a person is able to dovetail all the above mentioned activities with Krishna's service, then the imperfections are rectified. For example, a person should not marry with the express intentions of expanding his dynasty or worshipping Prajapatis, the devas of the progeny. Rather, he should think that he is accepting Krishna's maidservant as his life partner to establish a Krishna conscious family. Such resolutions are favorable to bhakti. Materialistic relatives, priests, and others may offer their advice, but ultimately a person acquires the result of his own vows and resolutions. A Grihastha Bhakta will observe Shraddha by giving Krishna Prasadam to the departed soul as Pinda, oblations, and feed and offer charity to Vaishnava Brahmanas. This is spiritually beneficial to him. When the devotional practices of bhakti are integrated with the smarta rituals, then the negative fruitive results are removed. As a result of including the Vaishnava activities of Suddha Bhakti, there will be no hindrance on the path of bhakti. Social dealings should be conducted dispassionately and with detachment, while spiritual activity must be executed in Suddha Sangha. Then all these performances are proof of their imperfections. Just observe that the majority of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Parsad, the eternal associates, are Grihastha Bhaktas. Since the dawn of history, many devotees who were Rajashri, Devas, and Rishi were Grihastha Bhaktas. You must understand that Grihastha Bhaktas are universally worshipable. Yadavadas. If the Grihastha Bhaktas are so highly estimated and are heir to the treasure of the most sublime aspect of Krishna Prem, then why do some of them enter the renounced order of life and thus became Gruhyagi, the renouncers of home? Anantadas Babaji. A very few of the Grihastha Bhaktas become suitable candidate for the renounced life of a Gruhyagi, and their association is extremely rare. Yadavdas. What qualifications are required to become a Gruhyagi? Anandas Babaji. Human beings have two propensities. Bahirmukha, the external material tendency, and Antarmukha, the internal spiritual tendency. In Vedic terms, they are known as Parak, turn away from the Supreme, and Pratyak, turn toward the Lord with higher spiritual aspiration. The pure spiritual soul has forgotten his original identity and presumptuously assumed the gross material body and subtle mind to be his self. In this way, having mistakenly identified his self with the mundane mind and body, the conditioned soul views the material nature through the instrument of his senses and experiences attractions and attachment to the external object of the phenomenal world. This is called Bahirmukha Pravritti, the external material propensity. When this process is reversed and the consciousness flows inward away from matter and the senses to the mind and then onward to the soul, then the consciousness is termed as having the Antarmukha Pravritti, internal spiritual propensity. As long as the external propensity is predominant, one must, without offense and on the strength of saintly association, unfallingly dovetail all one's propensity in Krishna consciousness. In the secure shelter of the bhakti processes, the Bahirmukha Pravritti will swiftly shrink back and change direction toward the Antarmukha Pravritti. When the propensity turns totally inward, that is Antarmukha, the Grihastha Bhakta earns the eligibility to be a Gruhatyagi. If a Grihastha renounces the household situation prematurely, there is every possibility of failure. The household situation is a school for the jiva, wherein educate himself with Atma Tattva, the knowledge of the spiritual self. Once his education is over, he may leave that school. Yadav Das. What symptoms indicate that devotee has acquired the eligibility to become a Guru Tyagi? Ananta Das Babaji. He must be completely freed from the desire to associate with women. He should be very merciful to all living creatures, handle money and material possessions with indifference, accumulate just enough food and clothing for times of want, have pure love of Krishna, avoid the company of gross materialistic, be unconscious about either praise or insult. He be uninterested in ostentatious soul and be equipoised and dispassionate in life or death. These symptoms are described in the following verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 11:45. Sri Havir Uvacha, the Navi-yogendras are instructing. Sarva bhutesu ya pasyat bhagavat bhavan atmanah bhutani bhagavati atmani esa bhagavata manah. A person advanced in devotional service sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he always sees the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of all causes and understand that all things are situated within him. Further, the Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-22. Mai ananyena bhavena bhaktim kurvani yedrudham mat krute tyakta karman nat karmanas tyaktva swajana bandhavah. Such a sadhu engaged in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounced all other connections, such as family relationship and friendly acquaintance. within the world. Further, Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.55 states, Vrishjati Rudayam na yasya saksad dharir avasa bihito api aguga nasaha prayana rasanaya drutangri padmaha sabhavati bhagvat pradhan uktaha. See Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who destroyed everything inauspicious for his devotees, does not leave the heart of his devotees, even if they remember and chant about him inattentively. This is because the rope of love always binds the Lord to stay within the devotees' hearts. Such devotees should be accepted as most elevated. When these symptoms manifest in a Grihastha Bhakta, he becomes incapable of performing karma. Naturally, he leaves the household and becomes a Gruhyagi. However, such elevated and detached saints are extremely exceptional. If anyone in his lifetime can find the association of such a holy person, he is truly fortunate. Yadavadas. Nowadays, I notice a tendency for some young persons to leave their home, receive spiritual initiation, construct a small temple, and start deity worship. Nevertheless, after some time, they fall into the bad company of a woman. Of course, they continue to chant japa and somehow maintain their situation by begging. Would you categorize them as Tyagis or Grihastha Bhaktas? Anantadas Babaji. You have raised many points at once. I will answer them one by one. The criticism is not age old or young. A Grihastha Bhakta may deserve to become a Gruhyagi at an early age because of a combination of spiritual purification in his previous births and further spiritual enhancement in the present one. For example, Sukadeva Goswami was eligible from the moment of his birth to renounce hearth and home. Utmost attention must be given to determine that worthiness is not pursued or acquired through artificial austerities. When genuine renunciations manifest, youth is not detrimental. Yadav Das. What are the difference between genuine detachment and artificial renunciation? Anantadas Babaji. Genuine detachment is without vacillations, a resolve that is never broken. False renunciation is a consequence of material cunning, a cheating mentality, and the desire for a position of respect. Some persons take to false renunciation with the intentions of winning the respect that is naturally given to genuinely detached devotees. All this is useless and extremely harmful. As soon as such a person leaves the home and family, the symptoms of detachment also wane, and instead he becomes haunted with moral aberrations. Yadav Das. Is it essential for the Gruhyagi Bhakta to change his dress, adopting the garb of a renunciate. Anantas Babaji. Actually, when all attachment to the household life are completely annihilated, the nirpeksa, akinchana bhakta, detached devotee, can stay anywhere in the forest or in the house. Such as elevated saint purifies the whole world. Sometimes, however, they are seen as bhikshus, saints who live by begging. And so they go around dressed in kopina and kantha, a linen cloth and coverlet sewn from used and worn out clothing. When they take the vows of kopina and kantha, they do so in the presence of other Guru Tyagi Bhaktas in order to fortify their resolve. This is known as Vesh, the method of receiving the garb of mendicant, which admits them to the life of bhiksha, begging. How can there be any objections to accepting Vesh in this way? Yadavdas, is there a purpose to being recognized as a bhikshu on the basis of one's kopina and kantha? Anantadas Babaji. Once a devotee, by wearing kopin and kantha, is seen by the world as bhikshu, then his relatives and family members will disown him very easily, and thus he in turn will reject any thoughts of going back home. A natural attractions for the detachment as well as repulsion for the company of materialistic people will consume him. The experienced Guru-tyagi devotee with a seasoned sense of detachment may not require a change of dress. However, for some receiving Vesh does help. Elevated devotees who display the following characteristics not need accept Vesh, as stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 4:29-46. Yada yasya nugrahya nati bhagwan atma bhavitaha sa jahati matim loke vedecha pari nistitam. When a person is fully engaged in devotional service, he is favored by the Lord, who bestows his causeless mercy. At such a time, the awakened devotee give up all material activities and ritualistic performance mentioned in the Vedas. His only concern is the real need of humanity. There is no injunctions for these awakened devotees to outwardly accept the garb of detachment. However, as a matter of public consideration, such acceptance may sometimes be taken as necessary. Yadav Das. Who can give Vesh? Ananta Das Babaji. One should receive Vesh from a Gyurtagi Bhaktas. A Grahastha Bhakta has not experienced the life of a renunciate. Hence, he must not give Vesh to anybody. The Brahma Vivarta Purana state, Aparikyayo padistam yat aloka nasaya tad bhavet. Without first practicing spiritual life, one should not advise others, as this will create chaos in society. Okay, 8 more minutes. Yadavadas. What are the points a guru must consider when he initiates a devotee with wish? Anantadas Babaji. The first point a guru must consider is whether the disciple is competent. Has he, as a Grihastha Bhakta, been able to attain the Brahminical qualities such as equanimity, sense control, and so on, by practicing devotional service to Krishna? Has he shaken off the desire to associate with women? Has he uprooted the material craving for wealth, opulent food and clothing, and luxurious living? The Guru will have the disciple stay with him for some time to test him properly. Only when he is convinced of his disciple's eligibility and not before will he initiate him into the Vaisya. The Guru will surely fall down if he initiate an undeserving disciple. Yadavadas. Now I understand that receiving Beka or Vesa is not an easy affair, but actually an extremely serious observance. Indeed, the unqualified so-called gurus have made this Beka or Ves a mere meaningless ritual, a farce. Unfortunately, this is the only beginning. I wonder where all this will end as the Kali Yuga progresses. Right? Ananta Das Babaji. It was in order to protect the sanctity of this process that Sri Chaitanya chastised Chota Haridas for a minor deviation. Those who claim to be followers of our Lord, Sri Mahaprabhu, must always remember this punishment of Chota Haridas. They were just walking, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Chota Haridas was looking at one woman. Just by seeing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected Chota Haridas. Yadavdas, is it an authorized process to receive Beka, construct a temple, and begin deity worship? Anantadas Babaji, no. After receiving Vaisya, a competent devotee entered into mendicant life, which means every day he must go out and maintain himself by begging. He will not entangle himself in temple constructions and other large-scale enterprises. He will live in a solitary but or in a temple of a grihastha. He must not utilize money for his needs or anything else. He will simply use all his time and energy to chant Harinam without offense. Yadav Das. How many minutes? 3 more minutes. Then what may one call those who after leaving home build their own temple and live in it as if it were a household? Anantadas Babaji. They are called Vantasi, those who eat their own vomit. They are eating what they have regurgitated. Yadavadas. Is such a person no longer a Vaishnava? Anantadas Babaji. When his actions are contrary to scriptural injunctions and opposed to the principle of Vaishnava Dharma, why should we seek his association? he has deviated from the path of Suddha Bhakti and adopted deceit and caprice. What Vaishnava qualities are still left in him? It's 7:15, 13, 2 more minutes. Yashodadas, how can we say that he has forsaken Vaishnava Dharma if he continues to chant Harinam? Anantadas Babaji. Chanting Harinam and Namaprad, offenses against the Harinam, are two different subjects. Wherever you are sinful activities being committed on the strength of chanting, that is Namaprad. You must run far away from Namaprad. Yadavadas. Can we call his conditions of samsara Krishna conscious or not? Anantas Babaji. Certainly not. A Krishna conscious life is not tainted by deceit. It is filled with simplicity and honesty, and offenses are absence. So I think we will stop here and then we will open up for the question answer or reflections that you have something that Krishna has given you some realizations in the past week, or anything that you would like to share that may help other devotee in their life. So we will give the 20 seconds. I'm playing the music, so I don't know how I'm gonna get to my stopwatch. And when you use the stopwatch, the music stop. Hari Baba. So I will just see the 20 seconds and see if anybody come forward. If not, then I will have to ask. I think that we have already decided this week the young children should speak up. But let's see if anybody else wants to say something before we goes to those three devotees I think I choose. Anybody has any question, comment, corrections, chastisements, or reflections? Please feel free.
Dandavat Pranam. Please accept
Tarak Prabhu, Hari Bol. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhuji.
So thank you so much, Prabhu. You are sharing the nectar of Jaiva Dharma. So I have asking one. Nowadays you told the sannyasi or the mendicant, he's going to renounce everything.
Yes.
But the time and circumstances nowadays, our sannyasi, they cannot renounce like the begging, or or you can say the bank account, or living a special place. They need to, for the preaching, they need everything. But the youth people actually walk out on the road, or living under the tree. So how you like concerned with this time and circumstances?
Yes. I think that all this who has renounced, take a renounce order of life, one thing should be there in their life, that they should utilize everything in the service of Krishna. And even, Prabhupada used to say that if you become qualified, Krishna will give you the whole world. But it depends how you utilize whatever it come on your way. So that's the real, I think, renunciation is not to use for their own enjoyment or anything that can increase their attachment, but to use, be careful with whatever they have, they must utilize to give the pleasure to Krishna. That's the definition we should see in sannyasis, that they are following that principle. Is it okay, Prabhuji? You are muted, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful. Your related this renunciation. Actually, nowadays, our movement is growing, and so many devotees in this movement, and so many devotees have different perspective. Like nowadays, sometimes they feel if I go Vrindavan or Este Mayapur, chant around, this is my bhajan. And if I do any other service like temple management or working very hard at the temple, cooking, like other, they don't consider bhajan. Therefore, actually, so many like active devotees who has money and who has physically well, they go, they stay there and they chant. And sometimes I also confused. I am 55. I was thinking, okay, once my daughter get married, then I'm gonna go and do the bhajan. So, what is your advice?
I think the best way that we should see our life is, are we utilizing our energy in service to Krishna? Just sitting solitary at one place and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra was not recommended by Srila Prabhupada. I think then we will become some ways, some prideness will come in our life. We just want to do the bhajan only, nothing else. That's also, it depends on the status of the life also. If you have dedicated your life completely while you were young, you really dedicated everything, whatever you can, and then you want to take, serious steps to absorb yourself and to help other also, that may be acceptable at certain point in the life. But just to avoid, one thing is important to remember, that there should be no mood of avoiding something. You want to avoid something, so I'm gonna do this. No, that's not the way it should be. We should dedicate completely to the service of the Lord, wherever we are. And I think that it's not that you just sit and chant and Krishna will be pleased. What Krishna is looking for is your intentions for any activity that you perform. Intentions is more important than our activities. So if our intentions, and also it should be guided by the senior person, not whimsically you decide your own way. Okay, this is what is good for my life. Then I think there is a mistake. We take the spiritual master, or if our spiritual master is not present, we should have the senior Vaishnavas also. That anything that we want to change, we should get the blessings from them. Then we know for sure that at least we are protected. So I think that's what we should do. We should not just consider, that, okay, I'm going to do this or that. I think we should seek the advice from the seniors. And then Krishna will give us the intelligence that they will guide us properly and we should follow. Everybody has a different aptitude, all of us are different personalities. So it's not that somebody would like to do the management, somebody would like to do the preaching, somebody would like to do cooking, somebody would like to clean the temple. So many different activities. All the activities has the same result. It's not that one is better than the other one, but the intent is more important. Like we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was traveling in South India. And the person was so illiterate, he cannot read Bhagavad Gita, but he was following completely his Guru Maharaj instruction. He was holding the Bhagavad Gita. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you have really understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So I think at every step, the best way to do in our conditions is that we should always consult with the senior Vaishnavas, not just one, but at least find out the 4 or 5 sannyasis or the personality that you have the faith in them. Check with them, 4 or 5 people, and then dwell on it. Which one that you feel that it would be helpful according to our nature. Because the advice one time my Guru Maharaj told me that the disciple, they pose the questions to the spiritual master, but they never reveal their feeling, what they feel inside the heart. So if we don't share openly, whatever it is, we should be open to our spiritual master 100%. We should not keep anything secret from the spiritual master. And we should reveal it when we ask the question. We should also say that Guru Maharaj, I think that I will be happy with like 1, 2, 3, 4 conditions are there. Then we can say at least, Guru Maharaj, I'm thinking that maybe B will be better, B path will be better for me. But please guide me. If I'm wrong, please correct me and enlighten me. So then the Guru has the chance. He knows your aptitude, what you really want to do. And then they will ask you the questions. And then they can, if our decision is the B path is wrong for us, that's what the Guru feels, then he will give us so many explanations to convince you that this is not a good path for you. It's not that they will put you down or anything like that, but they will, by reasoning and logic and philosophy, they will convince that this path will be not good for you. And then, he will give, if he knows that you will be able to follow his instructions, he will give you that maybe path A is good for you. So I think it depends, but we should be always truthful. And I think we should always seek the guidance, not on our own way, that, okay, I'm now 70-year-old, so I should do everything and I should go to Vrindavan. Even living in Vrindavan, Prabhu, it's not that you are going to get that, free from the cycle of birth and death. It's your consciousness. You can live in New Orleans and still you can go back to Godhead. And the person who is living like, the prostitute, remember the example of prostitute and a Brahmana. Brahmana was always keep on thinking, look at that, what she's doing. And that prostitute was always thinking that, look at that saintly person, I would like to change. So at the end of the life, prostitute and get that good result. And the Brahmana didn't get it. He fell down. So it's all up to our mental state. And there is always, I'm not saying that there is no advantage visiting the holy places. There is advantage, definitely. But my Guru Maharaj, he told me that if you can maintain total purity within your mind and thought, that many days you should be in Vrindavan. Not more than that. So it's up to the personality. I think we 127, we should go move for the children to hear there something.
Thank you so much. And I got answers. So living Vrindavan or living in US depend on our guidance under the Guru or senior devotees. It is most important. We don't actually, sometimes we don't ask, we do like decision power ourselves. Therefore, actually, this thing happens.
Yes.
Very well.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so, okay, let's see if Madhav is here. Vijay Kesha Prabhu, Madhav is here. If not, Saloni.
I think he will join, Prabhu.
Huh?
I think he didn't join. Madhav didn't join, I think so.
Okay, let him join then.
I texted him, Prabhuji.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, so let's see. Now all the young people, they, I think, checked out, huh? Ivy is not here. What happened to Ivy? Krishna. Is for Krishna Prabhu, Ivy is there?
Not here. No, Prabhuji, means I am other place, not the same floor. Let me
Oh,
check.
I see. Oh, okay. Is it possible to bring her on the Zoom call?
Yeah, let me check, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
But you continue. I'll go and check on her.
Yes, yes. We will continue with whoever is available. Who are other names that I mentioned? Is anybody remember? Saman Prabhu daughter is there. Haribol Prabhu. Swastika, can she say something? Saman Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Babu.
Is she available?
Prabhu, your voice is breaking.
No, Swastika is available?
Let me check, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhuji, Ivy here. You can talk.
Okay. Haribol Ivy.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So nice that at early age you have been consistent to join. I have been trying to reach out to so many young children, but not that much success. But somehow or other, you have maintained your steadiness. You always join around 6 o'clock. So what is there? And what do you think that how to approach at your age children? Because I feel that Prabhupada also said that we must put so much energy into young generations. So Ivy, can you be able to share what is there that you feel that you can maintain your sadhana like this? Because so many of your classmates and roommates and your friend circle, they cannot.
I
So
think Prabhuji,
what something is unique, you think?
I think that at first, I think it was difficult to wake up, but slowly after I got more and more used to it and I started seeing the benefits, I started seeing that my concentration was getting better for studies. It was nice waking up early. I could get my work done. I started seeing more benefits and I felt closer to Krishna. So that inspired me to keep joining.
Wonderful. So how can we, how should we approach at your, because you know the Vraj Vinod Prabhu's daughter, I forgot her name. What is her name?
Kushi?
Vraj Vinod Prabhu's?
Kushi?
Kushi, Kushi, right. So I talked to her parents also, but still I don't have a success with her. And I know that she's a friend of yours. Why don't you talk to her? Did you talk to her?
I haven't, but I will, Prabhuji.
Just keep on talking to her and encourage her that at least try for some time. You know, if she doesn't like it, then it's okay, but tell her that at least try it out for some time and see for yourself. Because as you have seen that when we dedicated our time for Lord Sri Krishna, he always helped his devotees. And even the devotees who is regularly chant early in the morning in Brahmurta, we see that the whole day, so many devotees has shared that when they chant very nicely in the morning, the whole day goes very nicely. But when they are struggling for chanting, then the day is so cumbersome, so many hardship. So I think at least please help me to see that another young children can take also interest I think it would be so nice to see young children also take up this process. Any other tips that you would like to share? What you do that help you to maintain your vow? Anything that has helped you?
Doing japa in the morning
Ah,
along with the cup.
oh, I see. Okay, wonderful. How many rounds are you chanting, Ivy, now?
I try and do like as many as I can in the morning, but I try to do at least 1 to 2.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Is Vijay Keshav Prabhu, you want to say anything, Ivy, before I move to the next?
I don't think so, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for letting me speak.
Haribol, Haribol. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Vijay Keshav Prabhu or Saman Prabhu, is anybody has any chance to get? Or the
No,
prayer?
Prabhuji, I couldn't get hold of Madhav.
Huh?
I couldn't get hold of Madhav, Prabhuji.
Oh, I see. Okay. How about Saman Prabhu? Saman Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribol, do you have any success?
Yeah, Prabhu, she's still in a jet lag.
Okay, okay.
She went back.
Okay, okay. Wonderful. Let her take the enough rest. Okay, then we will go back to our other devotees who has been joining. Let me see who has not spoke anything yet. Shundri Lila Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji, would you like to say something?
Sure, Prabhuji, but I already spoke. I think.
Oh, you
couple of
already
minutes back.
spoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to give opportunity for other devotees.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So who is the next one? I think who has not recently spoken? Devendra Krishna Prabhu, hiding gem in Houston. Would you like to say something? Because Saloni used to say something, but she is available, Prabhu, Devendra Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Danvat. Is Saloni is available, Prabhu, or she is busy with something?
Prabhuji, I came out for the walk, so
Oh,
maybe
okay.
yeah, maybe
Okay.
she's getting ready to go to temple. She has to do some flower service. She was saying so.
Oh,
Maybe.
I see. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So would you like to share something, Devendra Krishna Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji, means I'm not qualified to say anything. Prabhuji, it's like I always just amazed with steadfast service. Means I don't know. We always talk about you, like how we can. How Prabhuji do it means we cannot do it. I mean, yesterday I was talking to Vijay Keshav Prabhu, and Vijay Keshav Prabhu also told, I don't think we can do it in this our lifetime, whatever Prabhuji is doing, the 10% or 20%. But so, yeah, Prabhuji, so just senior devotees like you is very inspiring for this community. So we just try to learn a little bit and try to engage in the service. We are engaging in the services. I think very important, so that you can be more connected to with the Krishna directly. So I think one time Radhakrishna Prabhu says, like, it's not just chanting, but it's so slowly you also have to see how you are coming close to the Krishna, how you are connecting with him also. So you said you like this. So yeah, Prabhu, thank you very much. Always your guidance, your supports, your Matajis, and keeping us a little bit healed. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, for dedicating so nicely. Devendra Krishna Prabhu also will be moving close to the temple once the children get graduated from the high school or something. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Manmatha Anand Prabhu, you haven't spoke for long. Are you there, Manmatha Anand Prabhu? He was in some traveling with the work, so.
Yeah, or maybe he went for the normally he Saturday, if he's here, he go for the vegetables shopping.
Purchase, yeah.
Yeah, if he's here, yeah.
But yeah. Did we ask? I'll have to look the name, proper name. Gurudev is Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu. Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, would you like to say something? Are you there, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble
Haribol, Prabhu.
Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhu. It was like I was like really struggling with my chanting during the time, like during the festival of Holy Name. I shared with you, like means how I came, though it wasn't my interest, but still I somehow with my inspiration from my wife, like I attended those sessions, like and somehow Krishna made me get in contact with you. So after that, like I started joining the morning japa call, I think from around 5 o'clock or so. I used to do that, but for the last 1 week or 10 days, like I'm slagging, but I don't know, like there are many things are happening. I'm trying to get it back, like that inspiration up and going, but it's always joining this call in the morning gives that mood. And like as you mentioned, like I think sometime back today only, when I complete my rounds in the morning, at least most of them, that day is like really a peaceful day. So other days, like when the chanting is not done, somehow that day is not of that great. I'm guessing that could be because somewhere in the corner of the mind, like it goes that you have to do, though it's like the soul's duty, like serving the Krishna, chanting is our main duty. Still, like since we're not able to accomplish, or it's not done, right? Like it's the biggest thing, at least for the practicing devotees or devotees in a day. So I'm trying probes. I'm still looking for, I don't know, I'm kind of such a person, like I need like continuous motivation and inspiration to get going. This week was not really good. I'm not happy the way with my chanting, or I'm not able to keep up with the call. So, but I'm contemplating. So from Monday again, I'll start joining on timely basis, and I'll see.
Wonderful.
Yes, yeah. Today actually I did woke up to join the call, and I got a call from the temple saying that there are no iron dresses for Prabhupada, so I have to
go and iron it. Okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, I'll sit now and then I'll try to do my chanting, Prabhu. But thank you for taking that responsibility to inspire devotees to develop the taste for chanting.
Thank you, Prabhu.
That's really inspiring, Prabhu. So please inspiring us so we can continue whatever we picked up from there. Thank you, Prabhu. Krishna.
Just keep on only one thing is, I would like to say, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, that work on the time that you go to bed. I think that's, my Guru Maharaj used to say, 80% of our spiritual life depends what time we go to bed. So the best way to convince us, as I have been keep on telling everyone, that after 8 p.m., write down what exactly you do, at least for 15 days or maybe longer. And then you see that this activity is really something that helping you, or also contemplate that if I have to do these activities, which you are spending 2-3 hours, if I wake up in the morning and you will be able to do in a half time those activities, I can assure you that. So then we can save a lot of time. And then slowly and slowly, if you contemplating these things, okay, really I'm wasting my time, then we may get convinced that, okay, it's better to go to sleep at certain time and just fix with it. And you will derive many, many benefits. Then all these things will fall in place. Once you go to the bed early, you are making everything correct. You will be able to chant all your in the morning, and you will be so enlightened that you never want to miss later on. You will feel that this is so nice. Why I want to miss even one day? And I always say that, someday will come in our life where it will be difficult. Then we should accept as austerity to please Krishna. That for Krishna, let me do this austerity. We do austerity for so many things in our life, for so many people, but we don't do for our own. So that's how I would say. But thank you very much. I think we have reached the time. We should be punctual on our timing. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so much austerity while working, waking up early in the morning, taking care of the children and everything. It's so sublime. So I'd like to offer my obeisances to the lotus feet who joined from Houston, from India, from New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Alachua, Austin, College Station, San Jose, Tempe, Phoenix, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Brampton, and New Orleans. And maybe next week I was thinking about some devotees, but I forgot now. It will come later on. So thank you very much. Have a blissful day. Enjoy your day. And then we will, by Krishna's grace, if he so desire, we will